Central Terengganu District as of 8 p.m. The Terengganu State Disaster Management Committee Secretariat said 17 victims who were at SK Atas Toll Relief Center were allowed to return home at 6 p.m. yesterday. The Sijil Tinggi Pelajaran Malaysia FCPM examinations, which is mandatory for Form 6 students in the country, is not a second-tier academic program. In fact, Education Minister Fadlina Siddiq said it is comparable to international benchmarks, including standards set by Cambridge Assessment International Education. While speaking during a talk program with Form 6 students in Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Cukai in Kemaman, Terengganu, Fadlina said she wants to make it clear to sixth formers that if anyone labels them as second-class or ineligible for university, tell them, she says, to take it up with the Education Minister, adding that the ministry are actively elevating Form 6 to ensure it becomes a viable option for those seeking higher quality education. Fadlina highlighted the difficulty of the TPM examination, saying it is the toughest in the country. Malaysia's first health digital library, known as Beauty, bringing education and understanding to you, and Health Digital Library for Health Promotion and Health Screening Portal was officially launched yesterday with 44 videos and 48 informative booklets of comprehensive educational resources on cancer. Deputy Health Minister Dato' Lukan Isman Awang Sauni said in Kuala Lumpur the digital library has an underlying concept that is commendable, particularly in its inclusive dissemination of information on cancer to the public. Now, the digital library was developed through a collaboration between the National Cancer Society Malaysia and the Asia Cancer Forum, which developed and produced educational books and videos addressing various types of cancer in Malay, Chinese, Tamil, and also in English. Now, the third meeting of the second session of the 15th Parliament adjourned sine die yesterday after sitting from October 9th. Dewan Rakyat Speaker Tan Sri Johari Abdul said that Dewan Rakyat made history through the highest level of accountability shown by the executive body towards the legislative body. Now, he said in the closing speech, it can be seen through the effectiveness of the proceedings of the meeting, the special chamber session, and the function of each of the special select committee. Well, among the efforts to increase the level of accountability was the implementation of the Minister's Question Time on Tuesday, which was answered by the Prime Minister. So, in addition, Tan Sri Johari said the empowerment of the special chamber could be realized through the amendment to the Standing Order 17, with members of the House now allowed to submit one additional question for each of their motions. On another development, Communications and Digital Minister Fahmi Fadzil told the Senate between October 1st and November 15th, a total of 147 hate speeches or content, which elements of hatred related to the Palestinian-Israel conflict were taken down in collaboration with social media platform providers. But said this action would continue to preserve the security and harmony of the multicultural and multi-religious society in Malaysia.
Langkah ini akan diteruskan bagi memelihara keamanan dan keharmonian masyarakat berbelah kaum dan agama di Malaysia, bagi memastikan kandungan berunsur kebencian yang membabitkan isu konflik Palestin-Israel ini dapat diatasi dengan baik.
Well, at the same time, Fahmi told the senators, efforts to instill values of peace across the country are actively carried out through mass media based on the Code of Content that provides clear guidelines regarding content standards in line with the Communications and Multimedia Act 1998, or Act 588. Well, he said the Malaysian Broadcasting Department, that is RTM, and the Malaysian National News Agency, which we all know it's Bernama, as the government's official media outlets, always strive to disseminate balanced and objective news. Well, coming up, Blinken calls for Gaza truce extension to 8th day and beyond. Well, the U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken called Thursday for a further extension to a truce that has paused fighting between Hamas and Israel in Gaza for 7 days as the hours tick down to its expiry. We told reporters in Tel Aviv following a visit to Israel and the occupied West Bank.
Really, we want to see this process continue, move forward. We want an 8th day and beyond, so that people can be returned to their families. And that applies to all hostages, whatever category they may happen to be in. But also up to Hamas. And again, I can't speak to their intentions. I can say that I think this process has clearly been beneficial.
Well, Blinken also urges Israel to create safe zones for Palestinian civilians in Gaza. And according to Blinken, Israel must put in place humanitarian civilian protection plans that minimize further casualties of innocent Palestinians.
In my meetings